Morning peeps, good morning everyone, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. We've done it peeps, we have done it, 50,000 subscribers. Wow, so many people to thank, but ultimately I guess the most important person is me. It's me. I want to thank me for putting out all this bloody content every single day. But no, on a serious note, thank you so much to all of you that have subscribed recently. I expected to get to 50 before the end of the year, but like right at the end of the year. So to get it in August is crazy. But yeah, again, thank you very, very much. We are going to do a giveaway. I did say that, and I'm going to stick to that promise. I'm thinking of just doing a cash giveaway, like £1,000, like £1,000 giveaway. And I think it's just easier because that means I can send it anywhere in the world, right? I don't have to post it. I literally just press a button and someone's going to get it. So I'll think about how we're going to do it. I am going away on Sunday just to recharge the batteries, have a bit of a break, a bit of a rest. And when we get back, I'll announce it. And we'll also announce potentially the meetup as well. I kept on saying if we get to 50,000, we're going to do, I don't want to call it a meet and greet because it's not like I'm the fucking Pope, but it's more a meet, chat boxing, have a drink, get some food, chill out. That's what I'm thinking of doing. So look, we'll arrange all of it. But again, thank you so much. 50,000 subscribers. Honestly, it's crazy. But thank you. Second thing, remember we're doing a live today, 7 o'clock, all the build up to Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. As you guys know, with the lives, we talk about everything. Because it's funny, actually, every time I put something in the thumbnail, you guys talk about whatever you want. And obviously, I will answer all those questions as possible. You guys know it gets very, very, very busy in the live. So make sure as soon as I put the video up, which I will do in the next sort of half an hour, get your questions in early so you can 100% be sure that I'm going to read them out. And final thing is live watch along on Saturday. Jesus, we're doing a lot. Live watch along Saturday, 8 o'clock. We're going to get going for Usyk versus Dubois. All right, let's before we give you my thoughts and final predictions, I think you guys know where I'm going with this anyway. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else to talk about. Bit here about AJ gives Dubois a chance to win, but feels it's a tough ask. Yeah, it's a tough ask. It should be a tough ask. I mean, it shouldn't be easy. You're trying to become the unified heavyweight champion of the world. When I was young, that was the baddest man on the planet. Obviously, it's kind of split now because Fury's got the WBC, but that title is the title in boxing. Don't get me wrong, the other weight classes are fantastic, but when I was young, it was who is the heavyweight champion of the world. It wasn't who was the middleweight or the welterweight. Who is the heavyweight champion? And that's what Daniel Dubois is trying to become. So it's going to be tough. He's on away soil. It's not going to be easy. He's obviously had a change of trainer as well. Don Charles is a good trainer, but he was, I thought, growing a bit with Shane McGuigan. I don't know why they've parted ways, but look, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. I will give you my prediction very, very shortly. Hrgovic, I should be next for Usyk. I'm not going to step aside. Dude, after watching your last two performances, maybe you want one more. Maybe you want one more just to kind of, I don't know, just to work on a few things maybe. Like Hrgovic against Zhilei Zhang. You can forgive him because I think Zhilei Zhang is a top fighter. Like Zhilei Zhang must be like rock solid top 10 heavyweight, but maybe slightly higher than that. So I can forgive you for that one. Again, we've seen what Zhang did to Joyce. But Dempsey McKean, look, I know he got the stoppage in the end, and I guess you have to applaud that. That shows that he, will fight all the way to the end. But I expected more. I really did. So that's two southpaws he's faced back to back, and he struggled. So look, you could say, okay, he's got southpaw fights in. There's difference between southpaw sparring and fights. He's had fights against two southpaws, but he's going in there against the best southpaw if he wants Usyk next, providing obviously Usyk gets past Dubois. I just feel like he's not ready for it. He's not ready. I actually feel like he's regressed. I was speaking to David Haye about this, and obviously David Haye brought him into the camp as, I think, a 21-year-old when David Haye was getting ready for Tyson Fury. And David Haye said he was special. Like, he was going toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow with Wilder, like giving as much as he was taking. And, you thought from then, like David Haye thought, okay, a couple of years' time, this guy's going to be in the mix. I don't know how long ago that was, but I'm going to guess and say that was about 7-8 years ago. And I don't think he's improved much since then. That's just my own personal opinion. Could be wrong. And he might prove me wrong, but for now, I think Usyk's there and Hrgovic is there. Whereas a couple of years ago, I would have thought it was a bit like that. Like the hype was real, not anymore. Bradis confirmed to challenge JL Pataya Jordan Thompson winner per IBF ruling. How does that make sense? How does that make sense that you fought JL Pataya last time out? You lost. You were supposed to have a fight recently in Scotland. It wasn't a great fight, but you were supposed to have a fight. You didn't fight then. And for some reason, you're up next, even though you lost your belt. How do you lose your belt to someone, not fight, and then become mandatory for that same belt? Someone needs to explain that to me. Honestly, I'm asking a genuine question. This is not me trying to be silly. I'm asking, like, how does that work? I have no idea. You know, very quick one on this weight cut. Again, the final video comes out this Sunday. Please give it a watch. Much appreciated. Like yesterday when I weighed in at 1 o'clock, so we finished the weight cut around 12:30. We did a weigh-in in my house on the scales. Then we walked to the gym and used the gym scales because those were the scales we used at the start of this thing. But anyway, yesterday at 12:30, like, if you would have told me to do anything, like even just lift up a 1 kilo dumbbell, I'd have said impossible. I'd have said impossible. Now, what are we, 10 o'clock in the morning? So it's not even 24 hours yet. 22 hours later, I feel fully hydrated. I've probably put on about 10 pounds and I'm ready to go. I've got to do a strength test in about 3 hours. But what I'm getting at is I can now understand those boxers that kind of weight bully a bit. I can get it. Like if you can kill yourself to make a weight, Devin Haney is a great example, and you know you can have 36 hours to rehydrate. I've always been with the logic that that's not enough time, but now I believe it is enough time if you eat and rehydrate properly. Like I'm doing this the proper way right now. So I've not ate burgers or chips or pizza or Chinese, all the things I thought I was going to do. I've told the guy that wrote out my nutrition plan to make it as if you were doing it for a boxer. So it's been pasta, it's been chicken, it's been loads of fluid. And I feel strong as fuck. And I'm thinking, like, if I was a boxer, I'm not fighting until another 10 hours. Like, if I've put on 10, 11 pounds now, I'm going to put on another 10 pounds. So I can understand how they do it. But look, we'll speak about that a bit later. Just thought I'd tell you guys that. Jamel Charlo, when you want to win something this big, you have to risk it all. Yeah, this is a massive opportunity for Charlo. Look, the payday must be great as well. Let's not forget that. But ultimately, he's bidding to become double undisputed. And not just that. There's one thing in becoming undisputed. Like, I mention him again. Sorry, Devin Haney becoming undisputed against Kambosos. Great achievement. Like, you've got to applaud it. That's Kambosos. You know, no disrespect, but, you know, there's another thing trying to become undisputed and beat Canelo in Canelo's weight class. Do you know how big this would be? Like, Jamel Charlo, for me, would go to pound for pound number one. And some people can argue with me and say, no, New Age Crawford, no. If Jamel Charlo was to jump 2 weight classes and beat Canelo, who's unbeaten in that weight class, and become undisputed, so he's undisputed in 2 weight classes, how can he not be pound for pound number one? So good luck to him. September 30th, I believe it is, not too far away. All right, let's quickly give you my thoughts and final predictions. Again, we'll do this on the live later on tonight, but final thoughts and predictions. It will be Usyk points or Usyk late stoppage. It will be. I think Daniel Dubois will sort of come out like a bull in a china shop for the first 2 or 3 rounds. I think he will throw punches and bunches. I think he could even potentially hurt Usyk because Daniel Dubois is a big, strong, heavy puncher. I don't know what size the ring is yet, but look, he will cause some problems because he's young. He's relatively fresh. I know he had the Joe Joyce beating, but he's relatively fresh. And he's good to go. And he's almost got this kind of personality where it doesn't look like anything phases him. Like, you know, there'll be 40, 50,000 Ukrainians and some Poles there. I don't think that's going to phase him at all. Doesn't seem to get phased, Dubois. So I don't think the fact that this fight's in Poland is phasing him. I just think the problem is the guy he's facing. That's it. I think it's just the guy he's facing. I think's just too good. And you always have to go with, what you thought when this fight was first made. I remember when I first heard that this could happen, I was like, what? Absolutely no chance. And I guess the thing about me is that I make videos about it, so it's there, it's out there. I said it. I said absolutely no chance. Why am I going to change? Why am I going to change my mind 4 months later? But what's happened for me to change my mind? Nothing. It's not like I've heard, stories being leaked of Usyk being dropped in sparring, or, Usyk's coming into this with a slight injury that he's kind of keeping under wraps. I've heard nothing. Usyk looks fine. The media workout, he looks comfortable. He's doing what he normally does. Seems to be in a very, very good place. And I've always said this, that most of his big fights have been away from home. He's not had the chance yet to really put on a show in front of his home crowd. He gets the chance now. So I think Usyk's going to win this one. I think he's going to start to go through the gears early in this fight. Normally he likes to give it 3 or 4 rounds, especially in the really big fights. I think he starts a bit early in this one. I think first round, having a look. Second round, having a look. Third round, I'm starting to go into my tool bag and show you shit you've never seen before. That's it. And he would never have seen anything like this, Dubois. It's not like Dubois has got this lofty amateur experience where he's faced a lot of these Eastern Europeans or anything like Usyk. He hasn't. Remember, Daniel Dubois hasn't got the amateur experience, So, he's been learning on the job. And unfortunately, his work experience hasn't been enough yet to take on pound for pound number 3, one of the best cruiserweights, if not the best cruiserweight ever, and a fantastic heavyweight now. Just not there. So, I think Usyk will either stop him late. I'm going anything from 8. And if Daniel Dubois can survive that, then I think Dubois ekes out. Usyk gets a points decision, and I'm thinking maybe 9-3. 9-3, 10-2, something like that. And look, it's not that I don't want Dubois to do well. I do want Dubois to do well. I'm a big fan of his, big fan of his sister as well. Big fan of him. He's a Brit. I'm a Brit. But ultimately, I do want to see the best versus the best. And I still harbour ambitions that we can get to see Fury versus Usyk. And that's what I want to see. So, from a very selfish standpoint, I want Usyk to win. Because I want to see Usyk versus Fury, or Fury versus Usyk. So, for me, 9-3, 10-2, or late stoppage. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I saw something today about Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis looks like he's going to be in the ring this year, by the way, which will surprise me. But can't see that happening. But that's the rumor, and it's going to be Isaac Cruz, Pitbull, who gave him a good fight. When was it? When was that fight? 12, 18 months ago? I can't remember. But it gave him a decent fight anyway. They're looking to get that one on again. A bit underwhelming for me, just because I've seen it. I've seen it now, and I was actually at MSG. Remember, Pitbull Cruz fought on the undercard of Spence Crawford, and he was lucky, I think, to get away with a decision there. I thought it was a bit fortunate. So not for me. Doesn't excite me. Look, there are other guys in that lightweight division. That lightweight division's stacked. I was going to say Frank Martin could be an option, but Frank Martin looks like he could be fighting Shakur Stevenson. And the reason I know that is because Keyshawn Davis tweeted something along the lines, like it's supposed to be, remember, like Keyshawn and Frank have had their back and forths, where they went nose to nose and said a few things with each other. And Keyshawn kind of tweeted something along the lines of, my big bro gets to work before me or something. His big bro, he's referring to, obviously they're in the same camp. So he's referring to Shakur Stevenson as his big bro. My big bro is going to do this easily or something along the lines. Go and check out Keyshawn Davis's Twitter page. Or it might be a tweet that's deleted now, I think, but he definitely said it. So I do think we might get an announcement of Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin. But back to it. Look, it's good to see Gervonta just fight. Obviously, look, he's had his problems after the Ryan Garcia fight. He spent 44 days in jail. So, it's good to see him fight. I think Pitbull will cause him some problems, but ultimately, Gervonta will get this work done. I doubt it's going to be this year. I'm thinking maybe January. It's not really a boxing month, but January, February, maybe. Anything else before we wrap? Let's have a look. Jared Anderson Take some Rudenko. I'm not in this for the legacy. I'm in this for the business. Man, he's 23 saying that already. Jesus. I do wonder about Anderson, like the mindset that he has. Like, I don't know what the ideal mindset is, but there's been a lot of talk about I want to retire early. This one now, I'm in it for the business, which look, I mean, it's a business, right? Make your money. But I don't know. I almost want to hear different from a young fighter coming through. I want to hear like, I want to be the best. I want to be a killer. I want to do this. I want to do that. And look, you can have those things in the background. You've got good business people around you that will make sure that your business is all well and good and taken care of. I don't know if I want to hear you say that, because I still think he could be the guy, right? When all the other guys are done, because they're all in their mid to late 30s, I still think there's something about Jared Anderson where he could take over, but I just wonder if the mindset will hold him back. That's just my own thoughts on it. Anything else before we go? Yeah, that's it. Done. All right, I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock. Peace.